Hey everybody, this is Donna, the Transdimensional Twin Flame and the Afterlife Artist. We're going to get some intuitive messages from the guides today. And we're going to start out with this oracle deck, the Urban Crow. And this is a new deck to me as well. Although I had ordered a couple of the larger prints of my favorite cards years ago, but I never had this deck before. I didn't know that you could still get it. So, if nothing falls out on its own here in a minute, I'll just pick one. Half the deck fell out. Okay, we'll just pick this one. Whoops. Okay, we'll get two. The first one is play. Well, that seems nice. We could all use play. They're playing in the water. And the next one, ooh, how pretty. Community. Look how pretty. With the poppies. Well, these both seem really good. Let's just see what we get today. Let me look up play first. Okay, and if you want to screenshot this, you have time as I read it. Okay. Crows are not always serious. They enjoy the company of friends and spend time engaging in play. When this card appears, it's time to relax, exercise your creative mind, and maybe your body too, and play. When we give our brains something different to consider, something that brings us joy, they will reward us by being more productive when it comes time to go back to work. That's true. In a world where we are constantly consuming information, play asks that you disconnect and allow your brain to create some output. It is during play that our creativity expands. It is during states of play that our minds relax, and out of the blue, we discover the solution to problems that have been eluding us. Okay, here's the page. This is true, by the way, if you've ever experienced kind of feeling stuck in a problem, and then you decide to go take a break and go outside, meditate, just do some deep breathing, or go for a walk, go to the park, do something silly. It resets your brain, you know. It is definitely a reset, and a new perspective can help. Sometimes you're in a deadlock because you can't see any other way out, but there is a way. Okay, number 10 is community. These are both really positive cards for today. So, let's see. Community. Okay. Here in the Seattle area, we have 3 big roosts. The largest, I believe, is one at the UW Bothell campus. Bothell? Yeah, Bothell. Sorry. Each of these roosts serves as a community. It is a sanctuary. It is a place for the crows to retreat to an evening where they are accepted and comforted. Lean on your community. Lean into the groups of people who you feel most at peace with during times of friction or stress. When you pull community, think of it as a nudge to connect with a group that interests you. Not only will you find new opportunities there, you will become part of a group focused on a similar goal. Community may also indicate that you would benefit from examining your relationships within a group or a belief system. Are your goals and beliefs in alignment with the group's philosophy? Do you remain within a community because it is simply part of your history, but your involvement or participation is limited, and as a result, you feel disconnected? You may need to consider if the philosophy of that community that you no longer connect with is still impacting your decisions or your perspective, or your perception of events. Okay, cool. So yeah, spend some time in play and connecting to a community. That both of those messages totally go together. And makes sense. Examining the communities that you're in to see if they are still in alignment with you is always a good thing. I mean, nobody likes to lose community or friends or friend groups, but honestly, you're supposed to lose them. We are evolving throughout our lives. We're not static. You're growing, and everybody in the community is growing. And things change, attitudes change, beliefs change, people change, groups change, everything changes. That's one of the main laws of this reality, is that nothing stays static. It's constantly changing every second of every day. So if you want to progress and grow in life, be honest with yourself about where you are, and who you're surrounding yourself with. In these times right now that we're going through in America, and I think globally, but since I live in America, I have that perspective. We are finding that some of the people we thought were in our friendly community are not so friendly to us, because they just don't think we deserve to be free, even though we were founded as a democracy. And a lot of us have a problem with that. So a lot of people are re-examining their friends and family groups, because if people aren't treating you with integrity, what are you doing with them? You know, you really have to hold people accountable these days. You have to hold people accountable for their behavior and their choices. If you forgive horrible behavior, basically evil, you're participating in it. That's my 2 cents. Okay, we got 4 of these cards that came out together. It's the Page of Pentacles. It's the King of Wands. I also drew this for myself yesterday. It's the Four of Wands. Amazing. I love this artwork. So we got 2 wands. Oh, 3 wands. And the King of Wands. Crazy. We got a lot of wands here. All right. So let's start with... Sorry, I can't fit everything on my screen. The Page of Pentacles, okay? I'm going to read this and then show you the book so you can screenshot if you want. Let's see, which deck is it? Okay. So we're looking at the Guardians of the Night. So, okay. Page of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles are going to be about Earth and worldly things. They're also going to be about abundance, because the pentacle shape represents a coin. Okay. All right. Here's the book if you want to screenshot it, but I'm going to go read it off camera. I think it'll be faster. Okay. The wise octopus brings to your situation a wealth of assets, from the ability to strategically camouflage itself to regenerating a missing arm. When you call on the octopus energy, you will feel supportive forces from every angle, creating and generating abundance. The Page of Pentacles brings the message that you have the power to manifest that which you desire. Seize the opportunity when it rises. The Page of Pentacles asks that you take powerful and practical action towards obtaining your goal. Your situation will benefit from a realistic approach, one that places a heavier emphasis on doing rather than dreaming. I got this message literally from my partner in spirit the other day. Chris told me to be less of a thinker and more of a doer, which is annoying. I mean, I get it, but it's annoying because I feel like I do a lot, but I get it. Your efforts will be rewarded. Stay patient and focused on moving forward. Manifesting a goal can take time, and you may encounter challenges. Use any obstacles or setbacks as a way to prove yourself dependable and dedicated to fully realizing your dream. This is exactly my philosophy. I was thinking about this last night with something that I want to pursue that has some challenges. I decided to buckle down and try even harder because the challenges are there to be overcome, and I'm definitely going to do that. Okay, there's more. When you need to be flexible and adapt to a challenging environment very quickly, use the octopus's energy to smooth out the transition. This dynamic and intelligent animal creates a healing space, and after suffering a loss, encourages new growth to emerge as a new strength is formed. When the Page of Pentacles appears, be ready for an opportunity that will spark a change. Let the wise octopus help you find clarity in the situation as it propels you forward from the murky water and into the open sea of possibilities. And here the animal keywords are, for the octopus, intelligent, flexible, adaptable, concealing, and regrowth. So that was a really positive card. On top of these other two positive cards that we just got, all the cards today are coming out really nice, I think. So now we're going to do the King of Wands. And everything else in this reading is wands. So I guess we're way into that energy here. Okay. So here's the King of Wands. Here's the page if you want to screenshot it. And then there's the other page. And I'm going to go read this here. Okay. When I think of the King of Wands, I think of an older, sophisticated, perhaps worldly gentleman who has mastered the balance between being assertive and aggressive. He knows the carrots to dangle in front of a group that will get them energized and excited. He is aware of his voice's power and how to articulate his vision with a sense of drama so that all of those within earshot become instantly intrigued. He is debonair, bold and outspoken, yet at the same time refined and in tune with the room. He knows how to turn on the charisma at just the right time to get what he wants. When you are paid a visit by the king, you are directed to call upon your creativity and channel the entrepreneur within. Your situation will benefit from adding some flair, from taking extra steps that show off your expertise. Your time has come to stand up. Stake your claim and be audacious, because when you present your talents to the world, the unique skills you bring to the situation, Your originality will be rewarded. Well, as an artist and a visionary, that would be a welcome change for me personally, because so far in this reality, visionaries in our culture anyway, Western culture, are usually shunned and, vilified, actually. So I welcome this card for myself. And there's a little bit more. It is not the size of the lion's roar that demands attention and respect. It is the emotion and vision behind it. Use the lion's energy when you need to create a commanding presence, when you need a little extra burst of courage to get up in front of a crowd. No one needs to tell the lion he is the king of the jungle. He knows it deep within, and when you call upon his spirit, you too will be infused with his power, his grace, and his passion for living. The key words here for the lion are passion, command, authority, royalty, power, and privilege. That was awesome. So step into your power. After you go play, find community, and be resilient like the octopus and clever. Okay, so here's another wand. And, all these are about action, by the way, the wands. So the Four of Wands. All right. I love these cards so much. Okay, the Four of Wands. Okay. Here's the page. The noisy, raucous magpie called out loudly as if there was any other way to represent the joyful Four of Wands. You are being offered the gift of a potent dose of positive energy. Lean wholeheartedly into the Four of Wands energy. Can you feel the excitement swirling around the celebration that is approaching? Amazing. When you embrace a party spirit, you create a frequency that will open the door for an encounter with someone who will play a pivotal role in helping you achieve a desire. This person may end up being your next romantic relationship. They may have a connection to your dream job or a future partner. The key will be to let go of expectations and simply enjoy the party. Let go of any material desires and live in the moment, as that is how you will tune in and attract the opportunity. Having a hard time getting pumped for the party? Call upon the talkative magpie's energy to balance. This flirty bird will give you the courage to strike up a conversation with just about anybody. The key words for the magpie are communication, creativity, community, fun, and playfulness. Excuse me, but does this not just reiterate all the other cards we just got? Community, playfulness, fun. Yeah, it seems like we're supposed to do something really super fun today. Whenever you find this reading will be good for you. So it doesn't have to be when I'm reading it. It's whenever you find it. Okay, now the Knight of Wands. This guy means business, it looks like. Okay, the Knight of Wands. Here's the book page if you want a screenshot. There's a little bit more. Okay. The Knight of Wands is adventurous, maybe even a bit overly so at times. He is not a sit on the sidelines kind of fellow waiting for the world to come to him. When the Knight appears, the time for swift, decisive action has arrived, and there is no time for delay. However, the energy this card offers can be conflicting. For success, you will need to strike a perfect balance between persistence and arrogance, between being a go-getter and being a bully. Because you really don't want to be a bully. That's your ego. To really be successful in all ways, you can't be like that. That's not really the healthy way to go, ever. Okay, there's more. A situation may have you feeling like you are being pulled in two different directions. There is a charming, passionate side that creates a magnetic enthusiasm that builds support for an idea or purpose. Then there is the arrogant, overly ambitious, restless side that jeopardizes tearing down what the charming and passionate side has built. When the Knight of Wands is present, you can be your own worst enemy. Are you confident in your plans, or are you giving off a cocky or conceited vibe that in the end will turn off those whose support you need? The Knight of Wands will give you the sureness to fake it till you make it, and advises that you create an image in your mind of the person you want to become. Be creative, be bold, dig deep, and find the courage to play the part, because things will fall into place when you do. Your goal is to be a leader at your job. Behave the way a leader would admire. Behave in the way a leader you admire would act. So act in a way that mimics the way that people you've admired in the past behave. And hopefully you have the integrity to admire people who are good people and not horrible, fascist people. As I'm writing this, reports have come in that for the first time in about 100 years, the Wolverine, which is the animal on the card, has returned to Mount Rainier in Washington State. With less than 1,000 Wolverines in the lower 48 states, this is pretty exciting. It also means that we still have pockets of land that can support these beautiful creatures. When you need a little extra kick of tenacity or grit, when you need to be fearless, call upon the Wolverine. With its thick, dense, low center of gravity body, this creature will help you reclaim your balance and connect you to the Earth's nurturing energy. With the Wolverine by your side, you will move through your situation with intention, determination, and dominance. Okay, the key words here for the Wolverine are fearless, aggression, defensive, creative, and tenacity. So it, to me, looks like there's a plethora of really positive cards here, and the only thing that you would need to look out for is on the Wolverine, making sure that you're not conceited and arrogant, because that's just your ego. Anytime you're going to lead with your ego in this life, you're going to be probably on the wrong side of the issue. Because truth doesn't need an ego. Your higher self is not your ego. Your ego is your lower self. It's your human self, and it helps you get through life here. But it's not the higher self. And if you really want to embody, the highest aspects of yourself, the part that you came here to discover, you've got to go with your higher self and not your ego. So be careful with that last card. But otherwise, it looks like we should go find groups of people to connect with, to play with, to party with, and to create big plans with. All this sounds amazing to me. I love this reading. So I hope you guys have a great day. And just let me know if you need some cards pulled. Let me know if you have any pendulum questions. Here, I'll do one real quick. I have some pendulums for sale if you're interested. I also have crystals for sale. I have more of these selenite towers. They're actually a lamp. You put them on a light stand and they light up. Selenite being the crystal that cleans all the other crystals. So it's good to have. Okay. Pendulum. Let me see if I can get my hand in there so you can see that I'm not trying to move. Okay. Okay, can you stop? Okay, I'm going to talk to Chris. Chris, are you here? Up and down means yes. Chris, can you show us what no looks like? Back and forth means no. Okay, hold on. Chris. Oh, I don't know why this camera is doing that. Chris, Do you think this was a good reading today? Do you think I should go work on my remote viewing today? Do you think that we should refuse to go take a break and party today? He says no. You think we should all go have fun and enjoy ourselves today? Like you would because you are the cosmic monkey in the Mayan calendar? Yes, he says. He is the cosmic monkey. He's the goof. That's his glyph in the Mayan calendar, and it's accurate. Chris, do you think we should pull one more oracle card today? Do you think we should pull it from the Tiger deck? Okay. Here's this deck. I'm just gonna pull one. And it is the Tiger. That's funny. God finds a way. Intuition. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can offer all major decisions to you. Let me trust. You're always guiding me in the right direction. May I always remember that if something is meant to be, out of no way God finds a way. I agree with this. When something's meant for you, you can't miss it. The only way you can actually miss something that is meant for you is by worrying that you're going to miss it. By self-sabotaging yourself. It's self-explanatory. That's, partly a quote from Bashar, who is one of my favorite spiritual teachers. When something's meant for you, it's meant for you. Just call it in and accept it when it comes. Some people block their abundance by not accepting it when it comes. Okay, that was a really long reading because 4 of these cards fell out, so I felt like they all wanted to be read. So, thankfully, if you've listened this long, I appreciate it. I know it was a long video, but yesterday's video was really short, so. All right, I hope you guys have a great day.